Okay, so let's come down to our mat. Grab any cushions, any blocks, any blankets you might like. And we'll begin to settle in. So I think we'll just do a bit of a gentle flow. We'll start off with our usual warm-ups. And then we'll move into a gentle, slowish flow, maybe taking a couple of breaths to move around our sun salutations and do a little bit of standing poses. And then we'll move into some slower yin poses to close and to finish, just so we're getting nice and open, ready for Christmas. So let's relax into our seats. However feels comfortable for you, maybe sitting onto a cushion. Rest your hands onto your thighs or onto your knees. Just to let the arms go heavy, soften into the ankles. And just take a moment to draw those shoulder blades, slide them down towards the floor so we can lift the heart up and away from the pelvis. Find that length in your neck. And then close down the eyes and softly close the mouth as we begin to center with our breath. Just taking long, even inhales through the nose. And exhaling through the nose. Just taking this opportunity to really check in with your own body, your own mind this morning. Observing if there's any tension you're holding on to, maybe in the lower back, maybe the inner thighs, perhaps the back of the neck, the shoulders. And just observing without judgment how the mind feels. Just setting aside the outside world for the next 60 minutes, just to focus your awareness on you, just to really draw your awareness inwards. Let go of whatever's going on in the outside world. Bring all of your awareness into the here and now. Observing the flow of your breath, the natural ebb and flow, the natural rhythm of your own breath. Allowing it to expand into the side walls of your lungs, all the way up to the tops of the lungs. And then allow the belly to gently fill with the breath, expanding the abdomen with each inhale. And then with the exhale, drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Maybe even drawing the base of the ribcage in to really help release the breath from the belly and from the lungs. With each inhale, visualizing that breath traveling to every cell, every tissue within the body, filling you with prana, with energy, with light. And each exhale, that simple process of just letting go. Connect your mat a little bit deeper with each exhale. Soften in. Ground down. Maybe observing if the breath is beginning to deepen and to lengthen. Slowing down the heart rate, slowing down the breath, slowing down that ego voice, slowing down the central nervous system. Check in with the facial muscles. Allow yourself to release any tension there. Soften and relax the jaw. Bringing the palms together at heart center when you're ready. Pushing through the palms and lifting the heart to meet the base of the thumbs. Find that length either side of your spine, either side of your waist. Raise the elbows up so the forearms become parallel to the mat. Draw those shoulder blades down towards the floor a little bit longer. Find that breath, find that space for the breath within the body. Take a deep breath in here. And as we exhale, simply bowing the head forward to meet the heart. Tip of the nose reaches down towards the tips of the fingers. Let the weight of the head be there. Keep drawing shoulder blades down. Keep lifting through the heart. Just setting an intention here, which is just to stay focused on your breath and on your movements, being kind to your body. Try and stay in the here and now for your practice. Taking the hands down to the knees, resting the weight of the arms there. Take an inhale, lift the chin all the way up towards the ceiling, tilting the head back and opening into the throat. Exhale, allow the head to roll forward until the chin comes in towards the throat. Draw both shoulder blades down and away. Take an inhale, roll right ear to right shoulder, lift the chin, halfway head roll. Exhale, roll the head forward, down. Just beginning to connect with breath to movement. Inhale, other side, left ear rolls across the left shoulder. Lift up through the chin just to find a little bit of a stretch there, and then exhale, chin to chest. We'll do one more either side. Checking in with the neck. Inhale, right right ear rolls to right shoulder, lift up through the chin. Exhale, let the head fall forward. Rolling, nourishing movements, nice and slow, just checking in with those vertebrae in the neck. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Let the weight of the head be there, draw both shoulder blades down and away. And just take the hands to rest onto the back of the head, interlacing the fingers there. Allow the elbows to soften forward. And let the arms go heavy and just feel the weight of the head falling a little bit further forward, finding a little bit more space between the tip of the spine, the head. Keep lifting up through the heart so it's just a neck stretch. And then taking it into the thoracic spine as we inhale, lifting the chin to neutral, open the elbows wide and squeeze the shoulder blades together, maybe even leaning back into your hands. And then exhale, soften through the spine, round everything forward, suck the belly button in, and just let the head roll forward, let the arms be heavy, find space in the upper back, broadening across the upper back. Inhale to rise up, engage with the abdominals, splay elbows wide, squeeze shoulder blades. Exhale, soften as we round through the upper back. Tuck the belly button in, chin comes down to chest. Inhale to open. Exhale to soften and to roll through the spine. Feel that space across the upper back into the back of the rib cage. Inhale to open. And then keep it going. Release the fingers coming into cactus arms. Squeeze the elbows back. Draw the shoulder blades down towards the floor. Find some space across the chest, broadening that. Tilting the fingertips behind the elbows. Pushing the backs of the shoulder blades into the back of the rib cage. Breathe. Inhale, reach the fingertips up high. Look up between the hands, palms facing. Exhale to squeeze it back in. Cactus arms, broaden across the chest. Find that heat in the shoulder girdle. Inhale, look up high. Exhale to squeeze. Working our way down the spine. Inhale, way up high. This time into our twist, waking up the solar plexus, twisting to the right. Left fingers come towards the right knee. Right fingertips come behind the spine. When they land, take an inhale. Lift the heart to rock the shoulders. Exhale, perhaps twisting a little bit deeper. Twisting from the middle, right from your center, solar plexus. So you're going to feel a stretch across the base of the rib cage. Opening across the chest, but it's all coming from the center of your spine, around the waist, waking up those muscles that run vertically along your spine, but also waking up all of your core muscles, your digestion, giving your internal organs a little bit of a massage. Let the head be heavy, just relax wherever it is, even shaking the head, roll it around, see where it feels comfortable. Then using your next inhale, lift and rise the fingertips high as you come out of your rotation. Exhale, take it to the other side, twisting to the left. Left fingertips drop behind the spine. When you get there, take an inhale, lift heart, drop shoulders, power out through the crown of the head. Exhale to twist a little bit deeper. Soften the gaze, or even closing the eyes. See if you can soften the muscles around the eyes, behind the eyes. Draw the shoulder blades down. Find that length along the spine. So we're lifting as we twist, finding more space between each vertebra. Breathe. Fingertips are light. Arms are relaxed. Inner thighs are relaxed. When you're ready, use your inhale to come out. Rotate back to center. Rise up, stretch it out. And then exhale, right hand to the floor, left hand comes over the crown of the head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend into that right elbow, push down through the left sit bone, take it a little bit deeper. Find space beneath the rib cage, between each rib. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears, keeping that length in your neck. Let the head be heavy. Find a drishti or close down the eyes. Breathe into that space. Inhale, plant down to the grounded hand to rise up, reach it tall, stretch it out. Exhale, plant down left hand. Coming over to the other side, push down to the right sit bone, puff up into the side of the waist. Inhale, maybe halfway lift. Find a little bit more length, lift the fingertips high, draw the shoulder blade down, and exhale, come a little bit deeper, bend into that left elbow. Shoulders down away from the ears, find that length, find that space, find a neutral point for your neck, for your gaze, or close down the eyes. Visualizing all of those tiny little tendons between each rib, finding a little bit more space, Getting a little bit more hydrated, more pliable to get a little bit more breath into the lungs. One more breath here. Inhale when you're ready. Plant down through the grounded hand to give yourself a little bit of extra help. Rise up, stretch it out. Bring the palms together as we exhale. Bend through the elbows, drawing all of that energy back down and into our hearts as we get ready to roll forward into our child's pose. Just placing any pillows or anything to one side for the moment. Taking the knees out wide. As wide as feels good for you, don't worry about extending too far. Big toes touching, send the sit bones back. Lead with the heart as you hinge from your hips to take the fingertips all the way up towards the top of the mat. Lower the heart, lower the forehead. And just breathe into this stretch here, stretching down both sides of the spine, all the way down to the back of the hips, the back of the pelvis, inner thighs. Relax the feet, we're opening into the tops of the ankles. Do whatever feels good here. Have a rock from side to side, maybe even massaging the forehead from side to side. Coming up onto fingertips if it feels good to get right underneath those shoulder blades. Or just softening down, resting on the forearms, do whatever feels right. Breathe. Have a halfway lift and draw the knees a little bit closer in towards each other. And then soften back down, rest the chest across the thigh. Doing a slightly different stretch, see how it feels. Again, have a gentle rock. Inhale, begin to lift the head. Lift the hips, forearms low as you come into a little grounded flow. Exhale, drop chin and chest down. Take your gaze forward, hips are high. Pull back through elbows, pull back through shoulders. Inhale to drop the hips, tuck belly button in. Lift the heart, roll the shoulders back as you open through the collarbones, lifting the chin up high. Tuck the toes under and push straight up into our downward facing. Stretching out the legs. Breathe here. Let the heart sink. Push away to the heels and either walk it out here, bending one leg, pushing down through the opposite heel if that feels good, or find stillness, do whichever feels best for you. Just check in with the calf muscles, backs of the ankles, backs of the knee. Lift those kneecaps to engage through the quadriceps. And tilt the pelvis up high, shoot the tailbone up towards the ceiling, get a little bit more length in those hamstrings, suck the belly button in, push the hands through the hands to sink the heart back and let the head hang. Breathing here. Inhale, halfway lift to look forward, bending into the knees, and we'll just take a gentle walk all the way up towards the top of the mat. Bring the feet together. Coming into a ragdoll fold, so bend and soften into the knees, reach the arms forward. Exhale to hinge and fold. Let the upper body hang over the legs. Take a gentle sway with the head. Take a gentle rock from side to side. Feet can be hip width apart if you need a little bit more grounding for your balance this morning. Just check in while you're down here, feet are parallel to each other. Gap between the heels slightly bigger than the gap between the toes. And they're also parallel, feet parallel to the edges of the mat. Just checking in with the hamstrings. Let's go a little bit deeper with the hamstrings. Let's place the left hand down, centered in front of your big toes. Bend into the left leg and then have a go straightening that right leg. Feeling it all the way up to the glutes. Breathe here. This is enough for you. We can stay here and just work on finding length there. Work on drawing the heart and the head down towards the floor. Keeping the chest close to that bent thigh. If it feels good, we can rest the right hand palm to the ceiling onto the lower back. And then we can also begin to twist. So if the hand is not quite on the floor here, you can rise up and rest it onto your left ankle. Wherever it is, begin to push through that grounded hand. Lead with the right shoulder to come up into a twist. Looking up if it feels good. We have our balance, looking up underneath the right elbow. Right shoulder, reach up through the fingers if you want to go a little bit deeper. Stacking the shoulders, stacking the arms. Keep drawing the chest down over that bent knee if it feels good. Keep sending the sit bones back and up. Breathe. Active all the way to fingertips. Get that right shoulder down away from the ear. Inhale, drop your gaze down first. Exhale to lower the right hand down. Swapping hands, bending into that right leg now. Plant down to the left. Straighten that left leg as much as you can. Don't worry if you're coming up a little bit, if this is where your stretch is. Just trying to hinge over those hips to draw the heart down towards the floor. Plant down through that right hand. Left hand can stay on the lower back if that's enough. Or we can begin to twist a little bit deeper. Leave the left shoulder. Take it up high. Stack the arms. Reaching through those top fingers, looking up to that top thumb if that feels good. Find that stretch in the left leg. Find your balance. Breathe. And slowly, slowly softening down. Gaze first, hand comes back down. Take a halfway lift to lengthen. Look forward. Hands can be on shins, onto knees, onto thighs, or maybe on the floor. Tilt the pelvis up. Exhale to hinge and fold. Have a go straighten the legs. We'll keep a soft bend there if that's okay. If you need to, no worries. Inhale, take the arms out wide and lead with the back of the head as if someone has their hand just lightly on the back of your head. You're trying to push it away, coming all the way up to Tadasana, standing pose. Reach the arms up. And exhale, palms to heart center. So just checking in with your Tadasana. Find a drishti here, something that keeps your focus. We're going to keep returning to this during our flow. So just making sure that we have our balance here. Our pelvis is tucked under slightly so we're not arching into the lower back, so we can engage through our core. Pushing through the palms, shoulders draw down and away. Elbows, what are they called? Knees are lifted so we can engage through the quadriceps. And we're pushing down through our pada bandhas. You want to feel that connection with the earth beneath you. Toes are light, pushing down to the heels and the balls of the feet. Inhale, nice big rise, lift up through the arms. Look up towards the thumbs, send the hips forward, and then exhale, hinge, suck the belly button in, and really hinge from the hips to fold all the way down to your Uttanasana forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift, and exhale to step all the way back with the right toes. Drop that back knee, take an inhale to rise. Push through that front knee. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Let the hips fall forward. Stack that front knee over that front ankle. Draw the shoulders back. Lead with the thumbs. Lift the heart. Find space underneath the ribcage. Let the hips fall forward. Big breath in. Exhale, plant the hands. Big step back to plank or knees down. Remember, no problem. Knees can be down. Take your flow here, whether it's one knee down, both knees down, or no knees down. So we just send the weight forward slightly, and then as we exhale, coming down, drop chin and chest towards the mat. Inhale, lower hips. Lift belly button, lift heart, cobra or upward dog if you're there. And then tuck the toes, send the hips up high for downward facing. Breathe here. Send the hips up high. Each time you come back to a pose like down dog, Tadasana, forward fold, just always noticing if it feels a little bit more open. Take your time. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, big step forward, right leg, left leg. Exhale to hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, arms come out wide, lift up. Nice and strong, belly button in. Standing Tadasana. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. Flat back. Exhale, step back to left foot. Drop left knee, stack through that front knee. Inhale to rise, lift arms out, low lunge. Exhale to sink it in. Lower hips. Arms are active, elbows are squeezing in towards each other. Thighs are also squeezing into each other. So imagining both of your thigh bones squeezing in towards your midline. Hips fall forward, push through the grounded foot. Shoulders draw down to get a little bit more lift to the heart, find space underneath the ribcage. Big breath in. Exhale to reach forward and down. Tuck the back toes. Lift as we inhale, stepping it back. Exhale, take your flow. Inhale, upward double cobra. Exhale, send the hips high, downward facing. Breathe. Sink the hips, sink the heart, push back equally through the hands, down with the feet. Let the head hang. Inhale, halfway lift, look up towards the front of the mat. Exhale, step left foot, right foot, take an inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale to hinge and fold. Inhale, arms out wide, lift the heart, come all the way up to standing, reach arms overhead, send the hips forward. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, plant down with the hands, step both legs back to plank, drop the knees down here if you need to. Inhale, drop down, take a flow. When you're ready, inhale, cobra, exhale, downward facing. Settle in, have 2 more breaths here. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward, step, jump or walk to the top of the mat. Halfway lift to lengthen, exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Send the hips forward, look up towards the thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now coming into a chair pose, inhale, send the hips low, swoop the arms forward, look up between the hands. Bend into the knees, try and get the knees together, feet together if you can, just for a little bit of extra squeeze, get a little bit more connection into the core. Deep abdominal connection, pull up on the pelvic floor. Sit the hips low, but try not to arch through your lower back. So see if you push down too far, you get an extra arch here, but try and suck the core in. Don't have a nice straight spine. Squeeze the glutes, reach through the fingertips. Draw the shoulders back into their sockets. Bring the palms together. Bring the hands to heart center. Taking a twist to the right, so take your left elbow out first. Lead with the left elbow, drop the right elbow down towards the outside of that left knee. Check in with the knees. The right knee is going to want to push forward here. Just draw it back into that hip crease. Pushing through the palms, try and draw your thumbs to your heart. Look up over that left shoulder. Breathe, find that twist around your middle. Shoulders drawing back and away. Sink the hips low. With control, we're going to step back with the right foot, see if we can hold our twist. Step it all the way back to our twisted lunge. Breathe, push away through that back heel. Lift that back kneecap square off the hips. That left hip's going to bump out a bit. Just try and draw it back in. Inhale, rising up through the middle, coming all the way up to crescent pose. Reach the arms overhead. Straighten that front leg. And then exhale, settle in. Push through that front knee. Square off the hips. Make sure both hips are shooting forward. Shoulders over hip bones. Heart lifted. Find that length in your waist. Arms are active all the way to fingertips. Lead with the thumbs. Squeeze elbows in. Rotate inner thighs in towards each other. Super active. Breathe. Take the left hand behind your back, resting it there. Inhale, reach up to the right fingertips. Exhale, side stretch, looking down that left side of your mat. Breathe. Inhale, reach forward and down with that right hand, planting it down inside that left foot. Take your twist, lead with the left fingertips, looking up to that top thumb. Push down to that grounded hand. Squeeze that left hip in. Breathe. Inhale, reach the arm overhead, swapping it now for that right hand. So the left hand now comes inside the left foot. If this is too strong, we always have the option to come up onto the thigh. If we're down here, extended side angle, we're going to begin to rotate the back foot. So we drop the heel down, back foot parallel to the mat. Squeeze elbow to knee. No, that's it. That's the knee. This is a tricep. Squeeze knee and tricep together, and then reach the right arm up and overhead. Engage with the backside edge of that back foot. Sink it in. Extended side angle. Reach through fingertips, draw the shoulder back. Try and lift the heart round to the right. Inhale, fingertips come all the way back down to the floor. Framing that front foot with the left hand. Have a rock here. Square off the hips. Take an inhale. Exhale, straightening that front leg to push that left hip back. Lift the heart, look forward. Flat back, draw the shoulders back. Belly button in. Inhale, bend into that front knee, plant down through the hands, big step back to plank. Remember, drop knees if you need to. Hold for a moment, tuck belly button in. Inhale, shoot forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, drop hips. Lift belly, round up to cobra. Exhale, cobra push-ups, come straight back down. Draw back through elbows, drag through shoulder blades. Inhale, rise. Exhale, pull shoulders back. Lead with the heart. Inhale, suck belly button. Lift the ribcage, lift the neck, the shoulders and the head. Tuck toes under, push it back, downward facing. Push down to the heels. Stretch it out. Tilt the pelvis up high. Shine the sit bones up. Let the head hang. Inhale. When you're ready, bend the knees. Look forward. Step it forward. Exhale into your fold. Inhale. Swoop the fingertips up high as you send the hips low. Chair pose. Draw the shoulders back. Suck belly button in. Don't overarch in the spine. Breathe. Look between your fingers. So we're really looking where our fingers are headed. Drawing the shoulders back. Broadening across the upper back, across the chest. Hips are low. Squeeze knees. Pull up on pelvic floor. Take a twist to the right. Left elbow crosses over to the right knee. Pull that left hip crease back to keep the knees square and in line. Keep the gaze down to your toes if that's enough for you, or we can begin to push with the hands, try and draw the thumbs towards the heart. Pull the shoulders back to look up over that right shoulder. The more you push with the hands, the more the twist you'll feel around the solar plexus, around the base of the rib cage, around your waist. Breathe. Taking your gaze down to the floor when you're ready, step it back. Left foot floats up with control. See if we can hold our twist. Keep looking up over that right elbow. Push away through that back heel. Suck that right hip back in. It's probably just bumped out a little bit. When you're ready, inhale, rotate back to center. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, big sweep overhead for your crescent pose. Push away through that back heel. Straighten that back knee if you can. Pull up on that back kneecap. Push into that front knee. Hips stay square. Right hip crease needs to pull back slightly. Up through the fingers, back with the thumbs. Lift heart. Find your drishti. Right hand crosses to rest onto the lower back. Inhale, reach the left fingers, draw the shoulder down, and then drop that right shoulder so we can look down the right side of our mat. Finding space in this left side body, the legs are still strong and active. Inhale, swoop forward and down. Left hand to the floor. Exhale to twist. Lead with those right fingertips. Lead that right shoulder back. Pull that right hip in. Push away to the back heel. Breathe. Inhale, right fingertips come overhead to swap with that left hand. Remember, you can come up onto the elbow onto the thigh here. Rotate the back foot. If we're on the floor, squeeze that knee in towards the tricep. Inhale, arms come overhead. Draw that left shoulder back, look up underneath the arm. Extended side angle, sink in. Breathe. Inhale, lower left hand down, framing that front foot. Take an inhale, push into that front knee, find your lunge. Exhale to straighten that front leg. Inhale, lift the heart. Draw the shoulders back, find a flat back, push down and away to that back heel. Breathe. Inhale, bending into that front knee, plant down to the hands, big step back to plank. Remember, knees down if you need to. Otherwise, take a moment here, step the belly button in. Inhale, shoot forward on those toes. Exhale to lower chaturanga. Inhale, drop hips, lift belly button, lift heart, open the collarbones. Have a rock here. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, pull down through elbows, down through shoulders, lower the heart back down. Make a little pillow with your arms. And bring the toes together, heels out wide. Just have a rest here, check in. Feeling any difference in the body, maybe your heart beating. See if your breath can come back down to your natural breathing rhythm. Allow yourself to sink, let the shoulders rest here, so the body be heavy. Breathe, find some space, find some release here. And beginning to release, just lifting the head, bringing the elbows back, interlacing hands behind the hips. Come into flying cobra. Open the collarbones wide. Begin to pull the knuckles down towards the floor, squeezing shoulder blades. Maybe the head, the chest float up. Breathe. Maybe the toes, the knees, and the thighs also float up, really squeezing into the glutes. Locust pose. Breathe. Find some space, really working that lower back, lumbar spine. And release. Take the fingertips either side of your mat, just off your mat. Send the elbows up high, elbows in line with fingers and in line with shoulders. Inhale, get ready to push down strong through the fingertips. Rise up nice and tall, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, drop the right shoulder down, look up over the left. Inhale, rise up at center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder down, look up right. Inhale. Exhale. One more on either side. Inhale, rise. Exhale to drop it down, twisting. Inhale to rise. Exhale, lower the chest all the way back to the mat. Hands come underneath shoulders. Tuck the toes and push yourself all the way back to a child's pose. Keep the toes tucked under to begin with. Coming out of your heart openers nice and slowly. Let the hips sink back. Let the head drop down. Resting onto forearms. Take a big breath in, release the toes now, and then as we exhale, let the arms and the head stay heavy as we roll all the way up to sitting. So for a low kneel, it's not for you. Come up to a high kneel. If we're all okay in low kneel. If you need a pillow underneath your glutes or on top of your calf muscles there, that can help. Or you can take it a little bit wider, sit on top of a cushion if that helps. We're going to take an inhale, reach arms out wide, lift up all the way up overhead. Use right hand to grip hold of left wrist, left palm facing the front of your mat. Draw the shoulders back and away, take another big inhale. Exhale, take a side stretch over to the right. Keep elbows straight, bump out into the side of the left rib cage. Breathe. Find a little bit more space in that side stretch. Inhale, rise up to center, swap hands. Exhale, side stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, bring the palms down to heart center. Take an inhale, reach the arms out in front, and then cross the right elbow over the left, coming into our eagle arms here. Settle the shoulders down away from the ears, squeeze elbows together, lift them up in line with the shoulders. Big breath in, and then exhale, begin to push the forearms away, find that space across the upper back, see how that feels, be gentle with your shoulders. No tension in the neck. I'm going to go with an inhale and lift the elbows up high, swoop them up. And exhale as you round forward, squeeze the elbows into the chest. Round to the upper back, keep drawing shoulder blades down, squeeze navel in towards spine, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale to lift up high. Working that right shoulder. Gently, gently. Exhale, squeezing it in. Take it up a notch if you feel like it. Inhale this time, also lift hips. Push hips forward. As you exhale, squeeze the glutes, take it a little bit deeper. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower hips, round it all back in. One more, inhale. Begin to rise. Then use your exhale to squeeze the glutes, push the hips forward, take the arms a little bit higher. Take an inhale, begin to release. Exhale to suck it all back in. Inhale this time, keep hips grounded, arms come out wide, opening through the palms, palms facing forward. Bring the chest forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together and down, broaden across the chest. Inhale, take the arms up and overhead. Palms come together, exhale, bring them back down to your heart. Inhale, take the hands out in front. This time cross left elbow over right. Find your eagle arms on this side. Settle the shoulders down. Squeeze elbows together in line with the shoulders. Big breath in as you exhale. Just begin to push the forearms away. Find that stretch across the upper back. No tension in the neck. See how that feels. Gently, gently. Using an inhale, begin to lift the elbows up high, push the heart forward, squeeze the shoulders back, lift. Exhale to round it all in, just rocking through each vertebra to round the spine, broaden across the upper back, chin to chest, hug, squeeze elbows in. Inhale, lift them up high. Exhale to squeeze. Round the spine, tuck the belly in. Inhale, this time lift up high, also lifting up onto the hips, onto the knees, sorry. As we exhale, squeeze the glutes, push the hips forward, take the arms overhead. Inhale, begin to release up the belly button in. As you exhale, lower all the way back down to squeeze in. Inhale to rise. Exhale, squeeze glutes, push hips forward, take the elbows a little bit higher. Inhale, begin to release. Exhale, lower down to squeeze. Inhale, take the arms out wide. Present the chest. Exhale, give yourself a hug, wrap the hands around the shoulder blades, crossing over the chest, let the head relax forward. Softening the arms, softening, relaxing the neck. Breathe here, have a gentle head roll from side to side. Getting ready for our camel pose. Doing some gentle heart opens, making sure we're mobile in the spine. Do some shoulder rolls here. Sit up nice and tall. And begin to lift up onto a high kneel. So we have lots of options here, so we'll start slow. Actually, we'll start down here. Drop the hips back down, take the hands behind you. Fingers pointing towards you. Walk the heels of the hands away a little bit. As we inhale, begin to roll the shoulders back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the heart. This is quite a nice opener just for getting ready for camel pose. If you want to go a little bit deeper, we can begin to squeeze the glutes, lift the hips up high, take your gaze forward, or perhaps release your head back, yogi's choice. Just do whatever feels right for you. So already we're opening into the front body, getting ready for our camel pose, so opening into the quadriceps, opening the hip flexors. Squeeze the navel down towards the spine, roll the shoulders back, and gently release back down, coming up to your high kneel. So already we've been engaging through those upper thighs, so just thinking about keeping those engaged, keeping the knees beneath the hip bones, beneath the shoulders, and we can tuck the toes under so we can get a little bit more close, a little bit more height into our heels if we're going to come down that far. Place your thumbs onto your lower back, onto the base of your spine. Squeeze the glutes, connect to your quad muscles, and roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Begin to squeeze elbows in towards each other. So think of this more as a heart opener rather than a back bend. So if your toes are tucked, just beginning to ease the hips forward, squeezing into the glutes, rolling the shoulders back, squeezing elbows, and just staying here for a while if this feels good. So we're getting that openness into the heart, into the front body, into the quads. Maybe letting the head release back if that feels good and right for you. Remember, keeping the glutes and the quads engaged so we're not dumping into the base of our spine. Find a little bit of space here. If it feels good and right for you, take your hands to your thighs, maybe down to your heels. See what feels good, don't force it. If camel pose is there for you, just take a little bit of release here. Squeeze the shoulders, let the head release back. Push, keep pushing hips forward. Getting ready to release only when you're ready. Coming up slowly, so taking a hand to the back of the thigh, coming up to the lower back, releasing, keeping hands there as we slowly send the hips back down. Let the spine come back to neutral, roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale, lift the arms up high. And as we exhale, coming slowly into a forward fold, counter stretching nice and gently, so just take your time, maybe not dropping the head down straight away, push back to the heels. Let the heart release down to the floor nice and gently. Take a gentle rock when you get there, rock the hips from side to side. Bring the hands in towards the knees. Tuck the toes under and then push to the floor to come all the way up to a forward fold, standing forward fold. So walk the hands in towards the feet. Let the body hang. Soft bend to the knees, feet are hip width, arms are heavy, head is heavy. Take a gentle ragdoll here, realigning and opening into the lower back after our heart opening. Plant down to the feet, Inhale, release the hands, and as we exhale, roll all the way up. We're stacking each vertebra as we roll all the way up to standing. Let the arms stay heavy. Take 2 breaths to get all the way up if you need to. When you get there, take an inhale, reach arms overhead. Interlace fingers, keep pointers free, draw shoulders down, exhale, arms over to the left, bump out through the right hip. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, other side, fingers come over to the right, bump out through the left hip, plant down through equally inside, outside of the feet. Inhale, rise up to center. Exhale to hinge and fold, bend the hips high, bend the knees if you need to. Plant down through the fingertips and just take the heels and the toes off your mat, coming into a wide leg forward fold. Taking it as wide as feels good for you. Take an inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. Roll the shoulders back, point to the tailbone, straighten the legs. Exhale, hinge and fold. Maybe gripping hold of elbows, maybe reaching for the mat. Maybe taking the hands through the legs, palms facing down. Plant the hands out behind you. Bend into the elbows so you can get a little bit more fold here. Let the head hang. Breathe. Inhale to release, halfway lift. Exhale, send the heels in, toes wide, and settle into your yogi squat. Come straight down to a butterfly pose if you're not loving the yogi squats. Let's see how you feel. Then move down to do some hip openers. Moving into now some more yin-y poses. So just take a moment here, just seeing how the thighs and the inner hips are feeling. Relaxing the wrists now. So we're pushing the elbows into the inner knees to relax and open into the wrists. The forearms are parallel to the floor. Draw the shoulders down. See if we can get a little bit more length along our spine. So draw your heart up and away from the pelvis. Shoulders down. Rise up through the crown of the head. And breathe. Really releasing the lower back after all of the heart openers, the standing poses. And then when you're ready, slowly and gently releasing the hips all the way down to the mat. Stretch the legs out long. Going to bring the right foot into the inner thigh. And you can open that left leg out wide if you prefer. So we can come into a half butterfly pose. Or if you prefer, keep the foot in line with the hip, so whichever one feels better for you. I think I'll go wide. Drawing the right foot in, so I'm not mirroring you now, sorry. I'll just go with it. I'm doing it the opposite way to you. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears, flex into your left foot, so the toes are joining, coming in towards your shin. Lift the heart up and away from the pelvis, relax that right knee, inhale, lift it up, find a little bit more length and space along your spine, into the waist, into the arms. Exhale to twist to the left and hinge and fold. Suck the belly button in as you fold, lead with the heart. Take your time, fingertips land wherever they land. When you get there, take an inhale, halfway lift, pulling the heart forward, framing that left leg with the shoulders. The heart is really coming down towards the shin. Keep flexing through the foot, and then let yourself hinge and fold. So we're finding space down the right lower back. So we're adding a twist, hip opener, and a hamstring and leg stretch. So you can use your hands to help you ease down into your fold, or you can let gravity take over, let the head go heavy. You can have a slight bend to that left knee if you need to. Relax that right inner thigh. Send the hip bones back. Draw the heart forward. Each inhale getting a little, maybe just a mini halfway lift. Shoulders framing that leg. Bring the heart down towards the toes. Exhale, maybe squeezing abdominals, trying to fold a little bit deeper, but just take it to where it feels good. Maybe when you find your edge, settle in, find stillness. Do what feels good for you. So you're going to feel it, hamstrings, the back of the knee, the calf. Tune into wherever the intensity is for you for this pose. Maybe it's the hips, the lower back. Feeling it around the waist, back of the pelvis. Breathe. See whether we can tune into that gentle, slow release. As you allow yourself to become heavy, all of the oxygen, all of the oxygenated blood is now traveling to the areas where you're feeling the most intense in the pose. So we're manipulating the flow of blood, we're manipulating the energy flow around the body, we're sending nutrients, oxygenized blood into these areas which are tight. So we're just focusing on gently releasing around your flexibility, so going deeper past muscles into connective tissues, allowing these muscles and these connective tissues to become hydrated as we focus our attention and our intent on these deeper muscles. Take your time. If it's too strong, ease out. Just try to resolve, not to fidget, just be in the pose. Be present, observe, without judgment. Try not to react. Let the breath hold you here. When you're ready, you're going to take a nice slow inhale. Begin just to lift the head, maybe just looking forward. And then using your hands and using your exhale to rock and roll up each vertebra of your spine. Restack your spine. Plant down to the right hand. And just lift the left arm up and overhead to add a side stretch, bit of a counter stretch, taking it over the side of the head. Push away through those left toes, draw the left shoulder down. And just let the arm go heavy. Breathe into that. If it feels good and right for you, take the right hand a little bit further behind the pelvis. Plant down through the hand, roll the shoulders back, pointing to the left toes, and then maybe lifting up onto that right knee to push the hips forward, getting that stretch all the way down that left leg. Lift the left arm up and overhead. Squeeze the glutes to push them forward, opening into that left hip flexor. Counter stretching, opening that left side. And then slowly as the arm comes forward and down, the hips come back down to the mat. Take it to the other side. Settle in here. Plant down through the sit bones. Draw the left foot in towards you. Flexing through that right heel to begin with, to really turn on all the muscles around the knee joint, around the ankle, around the hip. Find space, lift heart, drop shoulders. Inhale again. Find a little bit more length. Draw the shoulders down away as we exhale, begin to twist to the right, suck the belly button in and lead with the heart. So we hinge and fold, fingertips land wherever they land. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen, rotate from the chest. So we're really framing this right leg and then hinge and fold. See how it feels on this side. You can relax the flex of the foot if you need to, if it just feels a little bit too strong. I've got the shakes on that leg for some reason. Breathe, find space, keep drawing the heart down towards the foot. Suck the belly button in, keep that twist going from the solar plexus, shoulders drawing back and away. And then when you're ready, settle in. Find space on this side. Tune into wherever the intensity is for you. Maybe it's different on this leg. Quite often one feels a little bit more challenging. Maybe this one's a little bit easier for you. Let yourself sink in. Listen to what your body wants. Maybe it needs you to release slightly. Maybe you went in too quickly. Maybe it just needs a little bit more time. Maybe take a breath, come out halfway, and come back in if it feels a little bit better. And then settle into stillness. Once more, take your time. Listen to your body. Let the head be heavy. Let it separate ever so slightly from the tip of the neck. Expanding the rib cage with each inhale. Breathing to the side walls of your lungs. Exhale. Let it all go. Let yourself sink a little bit deeper. You're ready to release. Take a nice big inhale, just lifting the head to start with, begin to look forward. And then use your exhale to rock and roll, rounding up through the spine, restacking heart, head. Placing down through that left hand. Side stretch as we inhale, lift up the right. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears and take the arm overhead. Let the arm be heavy. Keep lifting up through the elbows to get that side stretch. Point to those right toes. Let the head hang. And moving the hand behind the hip bone. Take an inhale to lift the hips high. Push through the grounded hand to rotate the chest up towards the ceiling. Find that openness down the right side. Squeeze shoulder blades back and together. Find that release. And slowly making your way back down to your mat. And coming into full butterfly pose. Working into the hips. Drawing the heels in towards your hips. Heels in towards hips. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Squeeze the glutes as you lift the heart up and away from the pelvis. Take the knees down towards the floor. Gripping hold of ankles or toes. Opening into the ankle joints. Find space. Lift up through the crown of the head. Take another inhale. Broaden across the chest. And then as you exhale, use that strength in your triceps. Bending from the elbows. Drawing the heart forward. Keep the chin lifted to begin with. Elbows can be into the inner thigh. And then maybe coming a little bit deeper, taking elbows wherever feels comfortable, perhaps to the front of the shins. Draw the shoulders back, let the head hang from the tip of the neck. Breathe here. Let the legs relax, let gravity take over. Maybe step the belly button in just to see where there's a little bit more hinge and fold coming out of those hips. Don't force it, just see what the body wants, see what it needs. Relax your facial muscles, just let yourself settle in here. Be present, release tension from the brow, from around the eyes. Soften the jaw, relax the tongue. Let the arms go heavy. Breathing into the very backs of your lungs, broaden across the upper back. Let the shoulder blades roll away from each other. Take one more breath here. And as you exhale again, let the hands help you roll slowly back up, restacking the spine, restacking the vertebrae, and drawing the knees in towards each other. Rolling down your mats now to come onto your back. Drawing the knees into your chest. Tuck your chin in. Relax the shoulders. Have a nice strong hug here, maybe rocking from side to side. Massaging the lumbar and sink down to the tailbone, massaging all the way down to back of the pelvis. And then opening the knees out wide, rest your hands onto your inner thighs and just massage out the ankles. Just do little tiny circles, one direction, the other direction, just releasing the ankles after your butterfly. Articulating all the way into the toe joints, wiggling the toes at the same time. And then draw the left knee back into the chest and settle the right leg down. So the right foot comes just in front of the right glute. Walk it in. Squeeze the left knee up to your chest and let the right knee just fall away. So roll onto the outside edge of that right foot. Let that leg completely relax. Keep squeezing left knee in. Relax that left foot. Coming to a happy baby. Sliding left hand down towards the ankle. Or towards the foot, lifting the heel up towards the ceiling, drawing the knee down towards that left shoulder. Place your right hand onto your right hip bone so that we can just keep equal pressure down through both sides of the back of the pelvis. So we're not favouring the left side, we're trying to keep the equal weight there into the back of the hips. So relax the shoulders, flex through that left heel, stretching into the back of the ankle, the calf muscle. The glutes, the hamstrings, let the right knee fall away. Relax the abdominals now. Enjoy that stretch. Close down the eyes, come back to your breath. Relax the shoulders. When you're ready, you're going to come into a twist. Twisting to the right, take your right hand to rest onto that left knee. Keeping the knee bent, it's going to roll all the way over to the right. Take that left hand down to the floor. Keep the left shoulder grounded. And let that left leg just relax down wherever it wants to be on top of the right. Hand is there just for a little bit of extra weight. Turn your head so that the head is now over to the left. Ground down left shoulder. Relax the legs. Relax the arms. Relax your gaze or close down the eyes. Feeling that twist down around the spine, around the waist, but also down the left side of the rib cage, the left obliques, left lower back. Resting your inner thighs now, your hips. Breathe. Let yourself feel a little bit heavier with each exhale. Just check in with your own muscles. Are you holding on to any tension along the legs? Your glutes still engaged? Your kneecaps, can you relax any further? Let the weight of the body take you in. One more full breath here wherever you are. Big breath in, big breath out. And then slowly coming back onto your back, unraveling the legs. Giving that left knee another nice strong hug. Drawing it up towards that left shoulder. And then dropping the left knee down in front, left foot down in front of the left glute. Squeeze the right knee in. Give it a nice strong hug. Make sure you have equal weight down through both sides of the pelvis. Shoulders are relaxed. Let the left knee fall away, rolling onto the left side, the outer edge of the left foot. Take the happy baby here. Using your left hand, it helps to squeeze the knee in from the shin, and then you can reach up towards the ankle or towards the foot. Take it into the side, bend into that right knee. Draw the toes in towards the shin. Left hand can rest onto that left hip bone and let the arms, the shoulders relax. The more you flex, the more you're going to feel it towards the ankle. A little bit of a rock if it feels good, or just find stillness. Relax the facial muscles. Take all of your awareness into that right hip joint. See how it feels. Just feeling. Maybe if it started out quite tight, maybe you can feel, if you really tune in to some stretches, you can really feel that moment where the connective tissues just go, and they just kind of relax a little bit, and it just suddenly becomes a little bit easier to be in a pose. Taking your twist when you're ready, left hand crosses to the outside of the right knee, right hand comes down to the floor, and the leg comes across the body to our twist to the left. Keep that right shoulder grounded, roll the head over. Shut down the eyes. Relax the legs. Again, maybe noticing if one twist felt a little bit easier than the other. Maybe you're a little bit tighter around your waist. Maybe this side's a little bit tighter. Just observing, checking in. Making sure that right palm stays up so we can outwardly rotate that right shoulder so it's nice and open. Getting the stretch from fingertips into the shoulder socket, across the chest, down the side of the rib cage, around the waist, the obliques, outer right hip. Relax the left leg, relax all of the muscles in that right leg. Let the weight of your body be there. Getting ready to release in a moment. Just take one more full breath here, in and out, wherever you are. See whether you can sink a little bit more into your exhale. And then when you're ready, using your inhale to unravel, come back to center, squeeze that right knee in, squeeze it all the way up towards that right shoulder. And then planting both feet down in front of the glutes, taking our final pose for our final opening pose. Front body openers, just to check in with those hip flexors. Hands either side of the hips to come up to your bridge. Roll the shoulders in towards each other. Nice strong straight spine. Push down to the feet, keep the knees, the ankles, the hips all in line as you push down to the feet, lifting the hips up until you find your stretch, squeezing the glutes, interlacing the fingers beneath the body if that feels good and right for you. Push strong down the heels and the balls of the feet to get a little bit more height. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Lift the chin slightly so we're not restricting into our throat. Breathing all the way down to the lower belly. Exhale, suck the belly button in. Draw the base of the ribcage in towards the spine. Inhale, nice big breath in. Expand all the way to the belly, release the fingers, and exhale, rock and roll down each of your vertebrae, massaging your spine all the way down into your lumbar, into your tailbone, pelvis tilts to neutral, lumbar spine arches up and away from the mat. Feel free to take a full body stretch before coming into Shavasana. Send the legs long, send the toes away from you, and then reach your arms overhead, reaching fingertips away. Squeeze shoulder blades down away from ears, maybe even trying to get a little bit of a spring to the ribcage, opening the front body. Breathe. Take another inhale when you're ready, lifting arms up and overhead, rotating palms to the ceiling as you exhale. Lower the backs of the hands onto the floor, opening heels out away from each other. Resting now in your Shavasana wherever you want to be, maybe taking a pillow, a blanket, an eye pillow perhaps, or even just popping a jumper on if that's what you need. Just to take a couple of moments in stillness to center with your breath once more and to really allow your body to absorb all of the benefits of your practice today. Mindfully letting go of any residual tension you may still be holding on to. Becoming supremely aware of the breath, the flow of your breath, the movement of your breath as it travels through your body. Perhaps it's the sound of your breath that helps to keep you rooted in the here and now. Perhaps it's just following that movement, that fluidity, from the nostrils all the way down to the belly. Visualizing the diaphragm. Visualizing the soft tissue around the lungs. You stimulate with each breath, each deep breath. Improving the flow of oxygen into the blood. And then taking your mind's eye down to your feet, you allow your legs to feel completely heavy. The heels bearing the weight of your legs, keeping you secure and grounded and connected to the earth. Relaxing the muscles in the ankles, feeling the weight of your calves resting on your mat. Observing that slight bend in the back of your knee. Relax and soften your kneecaps. Allow your thigh muscles to relax now, after they've absorbed all of the benefits of your strengthening poses. No tension there now. Taking awareness into the back of the hips, and observing the heaviness and the weight there as you're rooted, connected, and grounded on your mat. Feeling the natural arch of your spine. Your lumbar spine lifts away from the floor. The lower back feels long and open. Feeling the rise and fall of the belly with each breath. Shoulder blades anchoring you into your mat. Again, feeling the heaviness in the back of your chest. All the way along to your arms, your fingertips. Your arms feel heavy. broadening across your chest. Heart feels open. Again, feeling the movement of the breath within the rib cage, within your lungs. Your neck feels long and lengthened. Again, observing the natural curve of your spine here as your neck arches up and away from the mat. Softening jaw, relaxing the tongue in either the base or the roof of your mouth. Relaxing the muscles around your eyes. Softening eyelids. Softening the muscles behind your eyes, so you can go even deeper. Softening your brow. Opening your third eye chakra as you relax between the eyebrows. Taking your attention all the way across the crown of your head, relaxing your scalp until you come to the very back of your head. Just tune into the weight and the heaviness of the skull imprinting into the floor. There's no effort for the body to be here. Feeling at once weightless and yet supremely heavy. Mind is calm, your mind is quiet, but alert and intelligent. The body feels relaxed but active. Just allowing yourself to observe and absorb all of these feelings of stillness, of calmness, of relaxation, and hopefully taking that with you into your day, into weeks ahead. If you're ready, you want to come up and close your practice together. Take a couple of really big breaths, perhaps the biggest breaths of your day so far. Arching the chest up and away from the floor, maybe reaching arms overhead for another full body stretch. Just doing whatever your body is asking you to do after lying flat for your Shavasana, perhaps taking a twist, taking a bridge, or taking your knees up to your chest for a hug and a rock, do whatever you need. And then slowly make your way back up to a seat. When you're ready, rolling yourself up slowly. Coming back into your comfortable seat that we began in. Rolling the shoulders down away from the ears, relaxing the inner thighs and lifting the heart up and away from the pelvis to lift the head up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Breathe into that space you've just created. Close down the eyes and just observe how your body feels now after your practice. How the mind feels. Just observing without judgment. There's no pressure to feel any way in particular. Taking a nice big stretch together as we reach the fingertips down to the floor, palms to the ceiling as we inhale, rise up tall. Fill that space between the hands with pure energy. And then exhale to draw all of that energy back down through our center line, pausing briefly at the third eye to remind ourselves to be kind with our thoughts, at our lips to remind ourselves to be impeccable with our words, and then to our hearts as we bow forward. Namaste. So thanks guys, thank you for joining me. It's lovely to see you all. Gina made it back just in time. Hi. And Laura, have a lovely time in Cornwall. Have a great Christmas, guys. And Susie, I'll probably see you in a day or two. Bye, everybody. Have a great Christmas. Lots of love and be in touch, please.